Hey, physics students. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get a graph, make a graph in graphical analysis, and I'll also do it in Logger Pro real quick that has more than one data set that appears at the same time. I opened up my graphical analysis here. I'm going to go to manual entry and I'm going to type in. Now, I'm just going to make up some numbers here. So if you were doing this, you would go into your column options and name these things. So, well, I'll just go through, like, let's say on the x-axis we had time, we often do, in the units, maybe it's seconds, and you go 0, 1, 2, 3, something like that. And let's say this is position 1. And let's say units are meters. Do this with any type of data. And then we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, just making up some nice numbers. You don't have to go that far. Okay, so now there's that. That's all fine. You can do your linear fit for that. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to delete this because let's get rid of that 0 point. There's a reason I'm getting rid of that. Point here. All right, so I'm going to go to, there's two places where you can click here. You could click here and do add new data set. I don't actually want to add a new data set. I just want a new column. So I don't want to click on that one. I want to click on this one. It says add manual column. And let's say this is position of some other thing. Position 2, and it's meters. And here, let's say these are 3, 6, 9, 12, something like that. And you see over here, it doesn't show up. So how do we get both of these data sets to show up on the same graph? We're going to go over to click on here. And then you can see here, columns, position 1 is turned on, but position 2 is not. If I turn this on, then we get both on the same graph. And that's what we want. And you can see you can get back into your column options. It's exactly the same as clicking on these 3 dots here. Right? And then I'm going to go back into my little graph icon here. And I'm going to edit graph options. And we always like to include the origin. This is why I took out that 0 point. So I would like this to start at 0. I'm just going to manually type that in. I would like this to start at 0. That's important. All right, now you can see my origin, 0, 0, right there in the corner. And I would like to do apply a curve fit. The default is linear, and it automatically did both. So there you go. That's nice. And I clicked apply, and now you can see the little color-coded details of your equation. So this little red bar here, that's your m, your slope, and your intercept for your red line, and then your blue line here. So if you have like 4, for example, you're going to have 4 of these at the same time. And of course, you can also put title, position versus time. And there you go. That's nice. Ready to snip into your Google Doc. All right. I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to do the same thing in Logger Pro. It's very similar. We have here, do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Logger Pro automatically goes into manual entry mode. And I could name these columns. Call this time. Logger Pro has these little short names, T, that graphical analysis does not. That looks good. And then this could be position 1. If you're using graphical analysis 4, I hope you turn the video off and not watching anymore. So X1, all that. You can also do here in this menu, if you want to do like X and then a subscript, X1, like that, that's kind of cute. And the units maybe would be meters. Done there. And then I want to make a new, so up in the data menu, a new manual column. I don't want a new data set. I want a new manual column because I want it to have the same time values. You could make a new data set, but then you'd have to enter the time ones again, and then it's just more complicated. Not necessary. Time, oh, this is not time, just kidding. This is position 2, and here you could call that X and subscript 2. Maybe the units are meters. If you are going to graph them on the same graph here on the same axis, then definitely they have to have the same units. It shouldn't be an issue for you. And then 3, 6, 9, 12. And same as with graphical analysis, it did not automatically plot that data set too. So I'm going to click on this, not right click, just regular click here. And then there's a couple ways you can get this. You can click on this all of the above option, and it'll put both of them on there. Or you can click on this and go to more, and then you can just toggle the ones that you want on and off like that. Right? Okay. This graph it's just in a kind of default window, although I did stretch it out to 12 here. It's going over to 10 here, so it's not really fitting my data very well. So I'm going to go, I right-clicked on the graph to get to this menu, and I'm going to auto scale from 0. That stretches the data out nice, like that. And then if I want to do my linear fit, it's going to ask me which ones I want to do linear fits for, and I want it to do both. So I'm just going to toggle both of those on. And then in Logger Pro, you can drag those around. It's nice if they're like close to the actual line, not all scrambled up. And there you go. If you have two lines that intersect, Logger Pro graphical analysis are not going to find the intersection for you, but you can get a pretty good idea by just hovering over that and seeing where the point is. Of course, in your Google Doc that you're going to make, if I ask you to do that with the assignment that I have in mind anyway, I'd like you to show the equations and show the algebra. It's not hard algebra to take your equations and find that solution. All right. That should do it. Let me know if you have any more questions.